Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Author, leadership, and team development speaker Joe Woody coming to you with another Key Moments for Faith. Thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to drop a quick line to you while I had an opportunity. I'll be doing another video later on, but I didn't want to forget a topic that has been a recurring topic that I've heard for the last few weeks. I think it's something really important for believers to grasp hold of. And that topic is having delayed gratification, delaying your gratification. Because I think far too often, many of us as believers have bought into the hustle and the bustle of the culture, which, mind you, hustling is not a biblical principle. Hard work and discipline is a biblical principle, but hustling, which infers being shady, using any means necessary to acquire a particular goal, to meet a particular goal, is not a biblical principle. And so many of us are hustling, trying to make it, trying to make things happen, that we're missing out on what God has already prepared for us, what God has set aside for us. And having the discipline of patience and developing patience is an important attribute for every believer to develop. Let me read here out of Ecclesiastes, I'm sorry, the fourth chapter. And I'm going to be reading here on the sixth verse. And it says, one handful of rest and patience is better than two fistful of labor and chasing the wind. Listen to this again. One handful of rest and patience is better than two fists full of labor and chasing the wind. It was chasing the wind mean I'm chasing every lead, every option possibly available. I'm running all over the place, burning myself out because I'm trying to get it and get it now. I don't have the discipline of delaying gratification, so I'm not willing to put things aside. I'm not willing to sacrifice in order for the greater good down the line. You know, it's like you want your business to grow, you want your business to prosper, and you need cash flow where there's some certain things that you're going to have to sacrifice in the present for the greater good to occur at the end. If you want your children to succeed in life, you can't give them everything that they want now, or you shouldn't give them everything that they want now, because it's going to rob them of the opportunity of developing the character that's necessary for when the difficult times come, because they will automatically expect that at the blink of an eye, a snap of a finger, everything that they want is supposed to just happen here and now. And that's not the reality of how life works. Life is going to present challenges. There's going to be persecution. There's going to be trials. There's going to be difficulties. Things happen. And so you got to develop the character of what it takes, not just to acquire the things that you want, but in order to keep them, maintain them, and to grow them once you have them. And so I want to encourage you guys in this limited time, this very short message that I'm sharing with you today, to develop patience, to delay gratification. That yes, sometimes we have to deal with short term pain for long term gain. Short term pain for long term gain. So maybe you need to delay getting that brand new car so that you can pay your rent, right? Delay getting that brand new car so you can pay your rent, so that down the road you'll be able to do something else, you'll be able to have more, or you'll be able to take that money that you would have invested in that new vehicle and invest in an education or a training course or something that is necessary now. Maybe you need to delay investing in that particular relationship because God has something better for you, or maybe you need to be focused on a particular objective that He has for an assignment, or as an assignment right now. So I'm encouraging you guys to develop the discipline of delaying gratifications. Develop the patience that is necessary for you to walk the walk that God has for you, and so that you can receive the greater good that He has for you down the line. There's so many of us in our society, whether we're in the faith or outside of the faith, who we see put on these postings that I call it Insta fame, Insta success. We've got everything going right in our lives online, but our personal lives are a wreck and they're a mess. And maybe we need to step back, relax a little bit, develop the patience. We don't have to force things to happen. We don't have to make things happen. Yes, you want to be proactive. It's important to be proactive. Yes, you want to be diligent. It is important to be diligent. Yes, you want to follow through. It is important to follow through, but you don't want to step ahead of God's plan for your life. You don't want to step ahead of the opportunities that you are may not be ready to receive yet, right? Or may not be ready to walk in yet. A lot of times we're just not there. We're not prepared, and that's okay. It's good to recognize when you're not ready. It's good to recognize that you're not prepared. That means that you have time to get prepared. That means you have time to ready yourself. That means you have time to mature and to become better at your craft, to grow your craft, so that when it's time to step out into the limelight, it's time to step into to the position of whatever it is that God has for you, you are well prepared, well equipped, and well able to do everything that God is calling you to do, right? So I'm encouraging you guys, exercise some patience, delay gratification. I know that it hurts right now. I know that you want it so bad. You can taste the dream. You can feel it at the tip of your fingers. I know that you're almost there. But it's okay to delay gratification, because again, short-term pain equals long-term gain. Short-term pain is not a place of permanent pain. It's temporary, because you are anticipating that during this time of preparation, you are equipping yourself and you're preparing yourself for the long-term gains, okay? Again, let me read the scripture one more time, and then I'm going to let you guys go, because I think this needs to be emphasized. This is such a powerful, powerful passage here in Ecclesiastes 4:5. It says, "The fool folds his hands together." Excuse me, verse 6. Excuse me, wrong verse. One hand full of rest and patience is better than two fists full of labor and chasing the wind. Two fists clenched tightly, just running like a horse, trying to make stuff happen, trying to force things to happen, and getting absolutely nowhere. And because your fists are clenched, you can't receive what it is God has for you. He's saying right here very clearly, very, very clearly, that it is better to be restful and to have patience. That doesn't mean doing nothing. Rest does not equal doing nothing. Rest still means being proactive. But instead of forcing things to happen, be patient, take your time, grow, and you will actually grow into the blessing that God has for you. You'll be able to walk into it rather than fighting and struggling and killing yourself, and not being able to enjoy the provision that God has for you. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Again, today's topic is all about delaying gratification so that God can provide you with a long-term success rather than short-term gains. You're going to have long-term gains, a lifetime of gains, lifetime of prosperity, a lifetime of blessings. That's what it's all about. You don't want 15 minutes of fame. You want a lifetime of blessings. So God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Again, I'm going to be doing another video sometime later on, maybe late this evening. And I'm just excited about what God's doing for you and what He's doing in my life. So it's okay, guys. Take a rest. Take a breather. It's okay to sacrifice. It's okay. It's really going to be okay. God has better for you. Get rid of this insta-famous mentality. He's got something better for you. Eliminate this mindset that I've got to have it all right now. God has better for you. Trust me, much, much better. God bless you. Look forward to connecting with you sometime later this evening. Take care.